يا صاحبي كان بغيت الركض جو باسم.
A peregrine speeds across a dramatic desert landscape, lured by prey and intensely watched by its owner and spectators, with their eyes on a timer that's accurate to 1,000th of a second.
So in the Middle East, their main race is called a telwa race. The telwa is Arabic for the lure. And they simply call the falcon to a lure over 400 metres and time it, one falcon after the other. So it's a race against the clock.
This is falcon racing, a sport loved in the United Arab Emirates. Some of the world's top falconers take part, and they are angry about a new book that tries to stir up a scandal about the sport. Here's the author.
The peculiar passions of the Arab world, they have this fixation on falcon racing. That's really what drives this underground trade now, is this fairly recently invented sport. This is what the wealthy Arabs do. This is how they spend their time.
Joshua Hammer wrote The Falcon Thief, a gripping page-turner about an Indiana Jones-style egg collector called Jeffrey Lendrum. He looks like an ordinary bloke, but apparently spent decades dangling from helicopters, among other things, to steal rare bird eggs, which Hammer says he sold in the Middle East for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
These birds are not easy to find. They're often in very difficult to reach corners of the planet in physically forbidding terrain, and you have to be something of a daring doer to get to them to begin with, and then you're facing the whole second challenge of keeping them alive as you transport them thousands of miles to the ultimate destination, which happened to be, in this case, for the most part, the Middle East.
Lendrum went to jail, and Hammer wrote about him. Falconers see the book as a smear campaign against their sport.
It's not accurate. It's accurate insofar as we had a case several years ago from a guy called Lendrum. But the total eggs he stole were peregrine eggs, I think. And there were in total about a dozen, and I had to do the valuation of them for the British government. But Lendrum got locked up. In the scale of things, no, it hasn't been.
Falcon breeding in the UK is legal, regulated, and a wonderful way for Britain to maintain ties with Gulf ruling families, who also like using their falcons to hunt. We have even developed novel ways of training falcons. Fox trains his birds with robots at a 100-acre falcon racing facility in Swindon.
In Britain, we hunt robotic crows, and when we're training for the Arabs, we train robotic prey that look like the prey they hunt, which is the carawan or stone curlew and the hubara. That's an example of one of them. So it's got an engine here, so it sucks the air through, but there's no propeller to injure a falcon. The wings, everything is modular. The head is foam, nice and soft. They can crash dozens of times. They can have the 10 bells knocked out of them by falcons, wrecked and put back together again. And they're very controllable, so that you can put it around the sky as you want it and train the young falcons, get them fit. And once the falcons have got fit, then we have fun racing them.
You can find out more about Nick at falcons.co.uk, and there are links in the description below to both Joshua's and Nick's books.